Most e-com brands think they are doing email marketing right. They got their campaigns, they got their flows, maybe they even hire an agency that sends on-brand copy with pretty graphics and witty subject lines. But despite all of that, their email revenue is stuck at 20%, 25%, 30% of sales. And it's not bad, but deep down they know it could be better. They just can't figure out why. And that's the most frustrating part. Because when your email list keeps growing, but your sales don't follow, when every campaign feels like a coin toss, and when you rely more and more on ads just to keep growth steady, you start to wonder, is this how email marketing is supposed to perform for me? Or is there a deeper lever that I'm not pulling yet? That is exactly what we're going to explore in this video, because the truth is, there are levels to the game. And most brands, they are stuck doing email marketing 101 without even realizing it. Meanwhile, there's a small handful of brands, those who have figured it out, maybe even one of your competitors, and they are quietly sending emails that generate $30,000 in sales, $50,000 in sales, maybe even $100,000 per campaign. Now, if this is your first time seeing my pretty face, I'm Matthias. Everyone calls me Matt. I'm the founder of Email Engineers. And over the past 5 years, my team and I have helped 7, 8, and even 9-figure e-commerce brands scale their email marketing and retention sales in ways that most people think requires giving away massive discounts or having massive email lists. In fact, in the last 46 days since we onboarded this brand, we scaled their email marketing revenue to 37% of total sales, from basically nothing. They had their flows and were sending campaigns here and there, but they weren't generating any sales at all. So you can see we scaled email marketing by 3,500% in 6 weeks, generating $372,000 along the way. And what's crazy is that this brand subscriber list isn't massive. You can see around 14,000 subscribers are opening our emails, yet we're still generating massive amounts of revenue out of these emails. Let me tell you how. It's just a matter of knowing how to play at a higher level of email marketing. And that is exactly what I'm going to show you now. There are 3 levels to email marketing. We have email 101, email 201, my favorite, email 301. So email 101 is completely transactional. So this is just reminder, discount, urgency tricks. So in terms of sequences, this will be having your typical cart abandonment sequence with the default template or structure that Klaviyo gives you. Email 1. Hey, you forgot about your card. Email 2, we're still holding your card for you. Email 3, here's 10% off, expires soon. Those type of emails. And then in terms of campaigns, just sending flash sale or promotion on Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, and so on. So it's just completely transactional, right? And this is the level in which 80% of brands are playing. Most brands just see email as a way to give away discounts. Most brands think this is all there is to email marketing. And I think this is largely influenced by the current courses there are in email marketing, and most blog posts and videos and things like that. They just teach this stuff. And this is also what the hackheads love preaching. So this is the guys who just discovered this cool email trick, and it's just about having a cart abandonment email with the subject line, hey, we shipped your order, and tricking people into opening the email, not realizing the bigger picture, which is you're losing subscribers' trust, and actually nobody buys from this type of emails anyway. But still, people love preaching about these tactics and hacks and things like that. Those are the hackheads, the guy who can't see the full picture, but they just love getting the fix from quick hacks and tactics and tricks and all of that. After that, we have email 201, and this is more personality based. So this is now when brands start sending emails with have more of a voice, maybe sometimes even founder emails, value emails, they have quirky copy and all of that. So the benefit of email 201 compared to email 101 is that This grabs attention a little bit better. So these emails stand out a little bit more. And so more people read them entirely, rather than the typical email one-on-one, which gets all really fast. But it's just still that. It's superficial, right? And you will see why this is so limiting in just a moment. Because then we have email 301. And these emails do conviction building. Now, in email 301, every single email has a strategic purpose, and that is to get someone closer to buying. The issue with email 301 and email 101 is that they just capture a small percentage of your total list. They only appeal to 10 to 20% of your entire list, and the rest are just there. They're not resonating with this type of emails. Why? Because email 101 and email 301 can only ride the wave of existing buyers' intent, while email 301 creates buyer's intent. And this difference is massive. Email 101 is like casting a net and hoping fish swim by, so it can only capture a small percentage. Email 301 is the same, but using a fancier net. And email 301 is like spear fishing at scale, and you can go capture every single fish that's out there. And so with email 101, you can only turn around 10 to 20% of your list into actual buyers. With email 301, it's more like 20 to 30%. But with email 301, now 100% of your list is a potential buyer. That is the power of email 301. And that is exactly what we use with this client that I showed you earlier. And so the question when you're doing email 101 or even email 201 is, when do we start doing email 301? So one of the first reasons to switch is if your campaigns feel like a hit or miss. You're sending campaigns, you're being consistent with your campaigns, but only 1 out of every 5 maybe generate a substantial amount of sales. And most likely those are your sales campaigns, the discount campaigns, the flash offers. And so it feels like you're leaving a ton of potential with your email marketing, because those campaigns that do generate sales do not generate much margin because you're using discounts. So email marketing is still not accounting for much profit at the end of the month. Another symptom is that you might be stuck at email accounting for 15, 25, or even 30% or so of total sales. So if your email is stuck between this range and has been for a long time, and no matter what you do, you can't get past it, then you might need to graduate into email 301. Because this is telling you, okay, with our current strategy with email 101, 201, we're only converting this amount of subscribers out of the total pool of subscribers that we have. And it's not going up. So we need to do something different if we need to reach all subscribers and convert them into buyers. Another trigger or motivation that I've heard from brands that makes them go from email 101, 201 into email 301 is that they've built a brand, but people still don't get it unless they see an ad. So they need to spend hundreds of dollars sometimes on customer acquisition to get someone to buy. And email marketing is not doing the job of moving someone closer to buying and understanding the brand or the product, what makes it unique, special, better than the others. And because they're stuck at email 101, 201, which is still transactional, it is not doing much for sales. So they got amazing products that are truly superior to their competitors, but people still don't get it. Deep down at a psychological level, and most importantly at the emotional level, they don't feel the difference. So they're not compelled to buy yet. Or they do, but from other brands which are cheaper, because they don't understand this difference. They don't get it. And so they need to start doing email 301 to have these people recognize this superiority. So overall, the feeling that people have with email marketing is that we're not using it as much as we could. Sometimes they are even paying agencies to handle email marketing for them, but they feel like they're not doing a good job with it. And another question that they have, and it's a fair question, is when should we graduate based on our size? Should we start doing email 301 from the get-go if we have only 10 subscribers? In my opinion, no. The overall criteria to make it worth it for you is that you're doing at least $100,000 a month. You have a proven customer acquisition method. Basically, you figure out how to make Meta ads or Google ads work for you. And this is the most important, you have a superior brand, product, or story, all of which can be amplified through email 301. Because when you start amplifying this with email, you start creating buyer's intent. If you're stuck at email 101, 201, which are transactional, you're saying, hey, you forgot about your card. You're only appealing to a small subset of why people might have abandoned that cart. I just saw this on social media, and it shows the top reasons of cart abandonment at checkout. And it's the typical reason that we always heard. Extra cost too high, the site wanted me to create an account, delivery was too slow, too long, complicated checkout process, and so on. But all of these are still logistical reasons. But the truth is, the reason why people are not buying are plenty. Just a small subset of those are logistical reasons. Then another small percentage is that people simply forgot. They were shopping and they got a call, something happened in their houses and so on. But the main reason why people are not buying your products is that they have indecision. They're not ready to buy yet. And so email 101 and 201 appeals only to these small subsets of reason why people are not buying. But email 301 appeals to the 80% of your audience, the indecisive, those who need conviction to buy. This is how email 301 can get you 2, 3, 5 times more sales from your same email list. It creates buyer's intent. It creates conviction. And so when you meet this criteria, you're doing over $100,000 per month. You have a solid customer acquisition method. It means that you have a proper email list, a big enough email list, which now you can start leveraging and doing all of this. Because yes, this does require a little more effort. But when you're at this stage, the payout is huge. I just show you how we scaled an e-com brand's email revenue to 37% and made them over $300,000 in 6 weeks. If we had stuck with email 101 or 201, the current approach, we would have generated $50,000 at most. So this was all extra revenue they weren't expecting to have. And this is why email 301 is the deepest level you can pull. It's the unfair advantage behind the biggest e-commerce brands. Those who understand email marketing at the fundamental level, at the deepest levels. And the reason why email 301 works is because it's rooted in psychology, not tricks or hacks or gimmicks. The only purpose of email 301 is to create conviction. It doesn't trick people into buying. It makes them want to buy on their own. It makes subscribers realize why they need to buy from you. So no amount of flash sales and last chances type of emails can ever do this. The second reason why this works so well is because nobody else is doing it. No other brands are doing it. They're playing email at the 101 or 201 level. If you go to a website like reallygoodemails.com, which every email marketing course and video tells you to go to and grab inspiration from, you will see emails like this, which yes, they look good and they have witty and clever copy, yes, but these emails are at the fundamental psychological level, not making people want to buy their products anymore. If you analyze them, they are truly just ads, right? And they read like ads. So ads grab your attention. Yes, but then we're missing the part where we create desire, getting people wanting to buy the products. These emails are just saying things, making claims, but that's just it. They're not going deeper. They're not reaching subscribers at the emotional part of the brain, the one in charge for making decisions. And how do I know this? Because if we assume that every single brand is doing this, and they are, because everyone is telling us to do this, to go to websites like this and start copying these strategies, this type of email. If we assume that every single brand is doing the same, look what happened when we didn't do the same. This is Klaviyo's benchmarks for the campaigns for the brand that I showed you at the beginning. So we did email 301 with them. And inside the benchmark section, Klaviyo gives you a rank. They literally tell you how you're doing compared to your peers. So other brands in the same industry as you and about the same size as you. So literally your competitors. They rank you and they literally tell you, hey, this is your click rate. This is your competitors' click rate, the median, the average, right? What the average brand is doing. And so we did email 301 with this brand. And I want you to take a second to look at conversion rates, which is what really matters. If emails are resonating, they are getting people to buy. They are creating conversions, right? Are emails resonating or not? And if you look at the impact of email 301, our conversion rate with this strategy was 0.35%. And the conversion rate of the average brand is 0.03%. So using email 301, we had a 9 times higher conversion rate. We generated 9 times more sales from our emails. That is why despite having a small email list, we still managed to generate over $300,000 in sales because our emails had a higher conversion rate. They resonated with a bigger pool of subscribers. Why? Because our emails were not transactional only. That is the importance of email 301. It allows you to scale your email sales to places where most people think you need to rely on discounts and flash sales every other day to get there. And it couldn't be further from the truth, honestly. So now, if you want to see an email that explains email 301, and most importantly, explain exactly how we scale this brand's email marketing sales with an 8-step repeatable playbook, you can literally copy and paste with your brand to scale email sales. There's going to be a link in the description of this video that explains literally all of this. So you can watch it and start implementing each one of these for your own brand and scale your own email marketing sales and go from email 101 or even 201 into email 301 and start extracting as many sales from your current email list as humanly possible. I'm Matt Perelli, founder of Email Engineers. Click the link in the description and I see you inside the video.